guys talking the NFL. I'm Steven Stack, and
I'm Pat Galliano. I'll say that. Thank you. And we are Two Guys Talking NFL here on MCTV, Channel 2.
Ooh, fancy.
And all that stuff's going on. Yeah, here we go. And hey, welcome to Two Guys Talking NFL. That was then. This is now. And I am here today, Pat Galliano here. And I'm here with a guest co-host, Steven Stack. Steven, would you please say hello?
Oh, I will. I just jumped the gun and said hello earlier, but that's fine. Hello, everyone. And hello, Paddington. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, Steven. Glad to have you with us. Do you know, because you live in Wisconsin these days, our sponsor for our show today is the Mars Cheese Castle in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I went there a summer or so ago, and it's a wonderful place to visit. There's a bar. You can buy any kind of cheese you want. They sell all kinds of wine. Great place to visit if you're ever driving up that way and you wish. Right over the border from Illinois on the way in from Chicago. So
well,
what do we have
awesome.
today?
Did you see me there?
I will see you there next time I go, won't I?
Okay, excellent. Good.
Good. So tell us where you're living, what you're doing, when you used to do Two Guys Talking NFL.
Okay, I'll tell you those things. I currently reside in Mount Horeb, Wisconsin. It is home of the Trolls. We have wooded trolls everywhere in Mount Horeb.
Are they a football team, the Trolls?
No, it's
they're real trolls.
No, they're not the Mount Horeb. Now I'm thrown off.
Okay.
How dare you?
I'll shut up. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
So anyway, I live here with my daughters, Chloe and Zoe, and our dog Pepper and our cat Silk, who is currently trying to distract me. But I'm going to play through, like when Pat asked me a question I didn't know the answer to.
There you go.
But also I'm a teacher up here, and I'm a writer. And my time back in Two Guys time was when I was at Newberry College with Pat. And we had some great moments when it was on live TV.
I suppose we did the Two Guys broadcast in the early unis, didn't we?
Before
2003. Yes. So
absolutely.
There we go. So that's good. So let's get into today's show, Steven. Today, we're going to have our review of Week 9. We'll have some Steven's musings for a feature and a new feature called Pat's Puzzlements today that you will play along with, I hope. And then we will also have our other regular feature today. We're going to talk about the top 10 holidays, aren't we?
We are indeed. Yes. Well, actually, it's top 5 with one OLI because we might have holidays that match.
But 5 plus 5
so we
is
might
10.
not make it.
5 plus 5 is 10. You have 5.
Yeah.
I have 5.
But if we both pick the same holiday, you can't count it twice.
Okay. Well, you're setting the rules for this one. We'll go with that. And finally, we'll preview Week 11. But here's the thing. We have breaking news on Monday. Coach Brian Daboll of the Giants was fired. Reaction? Anything real quick? 10 seconds?
2 things. About time, and also what's going to actually change because they're still the Giants.
There you go.
And then their best players clearly are going to be hurt every game because they're both maniacs and do ridiculous things.
Yep. There you go. So in the Week 9 games, this week was a travesty. I will tell you now, to steal from the great writer in his 1971 screenplay, Bananas, Woody Allen, Week 9 in the NFL was a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of 2 mockeries, of a sham. And therefore, the games this week fall into 3 categories: travesties, mockeries, and shams. Here are the travesties, and we'll talk about some of these afterwards. These are travesties because the home team should have won all these games, and they lost. New England goes to Tampa and wins 28-23. The Rams over the 49ers, avenging that earlier loss this season, 42-26. You had Baltimore Ravens going to Minnesota and winning there. And the New Orleans Saints, your Saints, went into Charlotte and beat the Panthers 17-7.
Win number 2.
There you go. The mockery games. Las Vegas at Denver. Denver won by 10-7 on Thursday Night Football. What a terrible, terrible game. It was a mockery of a game.
It was so boring. And also, Denver is one of the most overrated teams in the NFL.
They are. They beat nobody. All right. Seattle, 44-22 over Arizona. Arizona is a mockery of a football team right now. Yes. The Detroit Lions, same score, 44-22 at Washington. This was a payback for the playoff loss last year. Clearly. We'll talk about that.
Can we also point out the fact that the Lions The dude took over play calling.
Yeah,
Dan Campbell, and they explode.
they did.
JMO a factor for the first time in forever.
There you go. The New York Jets all over the Cleveland Browns, 27-20. The Browns found another way to lose a game with a penalty this time. And on Sunday Night Football, the LA Chargers in beautiful SoFi Stadium, I might add, topped the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a mockery because the Steelers are a mockery of a first-place team, 25-10. The sham games, the coachless New York Giants lost again after they had a big lead to the Chicago Bears. This one was 24-20. This was sham. The Giants are a sham. The Atlanta Falcons are a sham. Indianapolis is also a sham, even though they won. They had to have overtime to beat the Indianapolis Colts. I'm sorry, that did not sit well with me. The Houston Texans over Jacksonville in another big comeback, 36-29. And Miami trounced the number one team of not number one, but a top team from last week, the Buffalo Bills. So I'll tell you what, let's talk about a couple of these. Oh yeah, and Philadelphia played at Green Bay on Monday night.
Oh, it's a boring game.
So out of all these games, because we just have a little bit of time left in this sequence, tell us, what is your highlight or comment that you want to make on any of these games at all that we were
I got a few, just like one or two comments for each. With Atlanta,
one or two comments overall, because we're running out of time.
Good Lord, man.
Sorry, that's the way it goes.
Somebody went on forever.
NFL.
So, LA Rams then. Not only is Sean McVay the hottest coach in the NFL, he's also the best coach.
Yes.
And he and the Rams are going to be in the Super Bowl.
There you go. We have Steven's prediction, Rams in the Super Bowl. I might go.
Absolutely. And here, the other one is simply this.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers is the worst old man quarterback in the league.
Yep.
Old man Flacco, way better. Old man Stafford, and I'm even going to say Andy Dalton, even though he was terrible, still better than Rodgers. Just saying it.
It could well be. It could well be.
So, D, can I just say one more thing because I just want to get this in? Is Trevor Lawrence only a thing because he has long flowing locks?
He has luxurious hair, and that's why he is a thing.
If he got a haircut,
there you go.
No one would talk about him anymore.
No, wouldn't even recognize him. Wouldn't need to. So now it's time for a wine and cheese break. But when we return, we'll have Steven's musings.
And in a new twist for two guys, today, Pat will not be sharing his poll with anyone but himself. And instead, he will share Pat's puzzlements.
Welcome back to Two Guys Talking NFL. And now we have a feature, Steven's Musings. Steven, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Tonight, my musing is more of a message for the true football fans who tend to think in black and white. This message is for you. For you see, in a world that is so divided, where there's everyone on one side or the other, why must we do that in football as well? Why can't I be a true football fan while also playing fantasy football? For you see, if I have people that love football but don't play fantasy football, I don't stand in judgment of them. You live your truth. But some, not mentioning any names, Pat, have a way of coming at us, fantasy football fans, and insulting us and calling us not true fantasy football, or real football fans, because we draft our own team. And that's okay. But is it the right thing? Why must it be either or? Why can't it be somewhere in the middle where we can all fit, where we can all belong? For you see, fantasy football not only increases people liking football, it also brings people together. Like, for instance, I play in a league with people hundreds of miles away from me, my friends, who I might not even be connected with if it wasn't for fantasy football anymore. That's what fantasy football does. And also, it allows me to have to learn a lot about players who may go through their whole football career with no one knowing their name. But guess who does? I do. I know your name, unknown fourth wide receiver, and so does other fantasy football players. So I'm not asking you, true football fan, to start playing. I'm not asking you to go, well, why do you care more about your fantasy football team? Because you know why? Let me just go ahead and answer that. My fantasy football team knows me. I drafted them. I cared for them. I pulled them on my team and told them they mattered and they were enough for my team. Saints, my team, my favorite team, they don't know I exist. I still like them though. So my message is kind of short here. True football fan, you don't have to play fantasy football. And you also don't have to hate on people who do. And if you can just enjoy both and let us enjoy our thing as well, then the world will become a much more beautiful place. And so would the world of football. And that's my musings.
Well, thank you for those thoughts, Stephen. Now, we're going to, I almost don't even need to address that because we don't talk about fantasy football on Two Guys Talking NFL, but we do when you're the guest. So congratulations.
And I also like the fact that your response perfectly vindicates everything I just said.
I have something that's going to also talk about that in just a moment. So Pat's Puzzlements is a new feature. And here's what puzzles me. Why aren't coaches more like honesty brokers like they used to be? I have the top 5 honesty broker coaches, and we're going to hear some quotes from them. And I'll give you the year and the month and maybe even the official date and the quotes, and you can tell me which coach it was. And here's your hint. 4 of them are NFL coaches. 1 is a college coach.
Fancy.
The number 5 puzzlement came on October, not puzzlement, but why don't we get more of this? That's why it's puzzling to me. October 20th, 1996. I will change 2 words in this to make it more PG-13 rated. Well, what happened was we got our you-know-what kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. We couldn't stop the run. That was a horse crap performance in the second half. I'm totally ashamed. Our coaches did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. It sucked. It stunk. And who was that, Stephen?
Only the greatest coach in New Orleans Saints history, Jim Mora.
Yes, after a loss to the Carolina Panthers. Number 4. This one's a little shorter. Ready? This was 2007, and this coach was defending a quarterback after the newspaper reported that the quarterback was benched because of a bad attitude. Don't come after my players. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. And he ended his press conference with mumbling this on his way out. That's all I got to say. Makes me want to puke. Do you have this one?
I think his last name is Gundy?
Yes! Ding, 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 ding! Mike
right.
Gundy of Oklahoma State. I'm a man. I'm 40.
That was one of the greatest moments ever.
Oh, he was mad. I love the emotion. I miss this. I'm puzzled why we don't have this more in sports. Now, here is my response to your fantasy football through the words of a great coach when the reporter asked him if his team might give up and quit. And coach said, "This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game." Hello? You play to win the game. This was in 2002, and his speech was so inspirational that his team went on to win 7 out of their last 9 games and made the playoffs. Who was that?
The Super Bowl.
Who was that?
Marvin Lewis?
No! You
Wait.
were close. You were close. That was Coach Herm Edwards of the
Oh,
2-5
Herm
New
Edwards.
York Jets. You played to win the... He almost
How many
sounded
Super
Martin
Bowls
Luther
did
King.
Herm Edwards win?
It was wonderful. Okay, we've got 2 more. We've got about 30 seconds on each. This one you'll get 2006. They are who they thought we are, and we let them off the hook.
Dennis, he was the coach of the
Yes!
Cardinals.
R.I.P.
Dennis
Coach
Green.
R.I.P. Coach Green. They lost a 20-0 halftime lead. The tirade was peppered with vulgarities. All right, and the last one, that was Dennis Green. This might be the best rant of all time. It was 2001. Peyton Manning had 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions. That was a disgraceful performance. We threw that game away. We gave it away. We gave them the frickin' game. Holy crap, I don't know who the hell we think we are when we do something like that. Unbelievable. 5 turnovers. It's pitiful. I mean, absolutely pitiful. Then a question and the famous response? Playoffs? Playoffs? You kidding me? I just hope we win a game. And that was...
We go back to the greatest coach in the history of Colts. The Colts, Jim Mora.
Jim Mora with the Colts. There you go. So that was Pat's puzzlement. And that ends this sequence. Steven, take us out to break, yes?
After this timeout, Pat and I will share the definitive top 5 holidays for each of us, including one OLI, which is outside looking in. Welcome back to Two Guys Talking the NFL, and now we have something special for you, a little holiday action, if you will. Pat and I will share, each taking turns, our top 5 favorite holidays with an OLI, which is one extra, that just didn't make it, which would give us a total of 12 holidays, but some may match. But we're going to jump right into it. So, Pat, why don't you go with your one OLI, your outside looking in holiday that just didn't make it?
The outside looking in holiday has got to be Halloween. I love pumpkin pie, but that's, I love the little kids trick-or-treating, but I don't stay home for them. And mostly I love candy and costumes.
Very nice. My OLI is April Fool's Day. I don't really participate doing that too much because I play tricks my whole life, every day. However, I appreciate that there's a special holiday just for people like that. Okay. All right, now let's get to our top 5. What is your number 5 favorite holiday?
Number 5 for me is Labor Day. There's usually no going into the office on Labor Day. More importantly, it is typically the start of the NFL season and the end of summer. In fact, this year I went to the beach on this past Labor Day to commemorate the end of summer.
Very nice. My number 5 is Easter, mainly because I loved Easter as a kid, and with my own 2 children, we had a blast with Easter. So it always holds a special place in my heart. All right. Let's look at number 5 or 4 there, Pat. What is your number 4 favorite holiday?
Number 4 holiday is a very fun holiday. It happens on the same day every year. Like some holidays move around, but not this one. This one is named for its date in Espanol, Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is wonderful because this is the start of summer officially. You get great Mexican food. You get bands playing. You get people gathering. You get refreshing beverages. Oh, I couldn't almost say almost. You get refreshing beverages that come in very, very large bowls sometime. And it's a wonderful time out.
Very nice. My number 4 is Tooth Fairy Day. There's actually 2 holidays for the Tooth Fairy. And now it means more because I wrote about the Tooth Fairy in my first children's book, which was based on a letter that my youngest daughter wrote to the Tooth Fairy. So now it means something to me.
I get that. That's a great book and it's a great holiday. Thank you very much. Yeah. And where can they get that book? If our listeners want to buy that book, what do they do?
You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. You can also reach out to me and get it directly from me, and I'll even sign it, and so will Zoe.
Wow.
All right.
Nice. Good.
We are rolling along. Let's look at number 3. What is your 3rd favorite holiday?
Turkey Day, Thanksgiving. Turkey's underrated as a protein option. That's one of the main reasons. Turkey should be served more often during the year. And I've spent many Thanksgivings in New Jersey with my chosen family. Kenny and Betsy Sanders, love you, love the whole family. And it's often my son's birthday. And we go into New York City oftentimes on these trips. We go by the ice skating at Rockefeller Center, see Broadway shows. And of course, there's football and basketball on Thanksgiving.
Very nice. Spoiler alert, Thanksgiving is not even in my group, my listing. All right. My number 3, because I care about the environment and it's underrated, Arbor Day.
All right.
I don't really have much else to say about that. I like the name Arbor Day. It makes me happy when I say it. And I care about the world.
There you
Did
go.
Arbor Day make your list there, Pat?
Funny thing, it did. No, it didn't really. But
Wow.
I think that you should, in honor of Arbor Day, plant a tree this
I
Arbor
just
Day
did actually.
in April. Yes.
Yeah, when we were on break, I planted a tree. It'll
Well,
grow
good for
fast.
you. That was a
Yeah,
quick.
thank
I
you.
had some wine and cheese. Good for you. All right, terrific.
All right, here we go. We're in the top 2. This is getting exciting. What's your number 2 there, Pat?
My number 2 holiday is New Year's Eve.
Ooh.
Yes, I like to sing New York, if I could talk right in English, I like to sing New York, New York, as after I watch the ball drop in Times Square. I sing along with Frank. I watch Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen get drunk. And I love being with family and friends, staying overnight, because of course we don't drive on New Year's Eve, not after midnight. So, but that's it, New Year's Eve, yes. And oftentimes I'm in Florida for it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
My number
very nice
2.
place to be.
My number 2, and I support you keeping it out, but that's fine. My number 2 is Halloween. I didn't get to trick or treat much when I was a kid. I don't know why, or maybe I just don't remember it. But taking my girls trick or treating and then decorating the house for Halloween is one of my favorite things in the world. And so strong number 2. And also, I too love candy.
There you go. But we did candy a show ago, and number 1 is Reese's.
Well, I completely agree with you.
Okay,
and even
good.
if I didn't, that would be okay because I'm not a black or white thinker.
There you go. Okay, I'm going to talk high speed because I have a lot to say about this holiday.
All right, go for your number 1. What is your number 1, Pat?
My number 1 holiday is Super Bowl Sunday. Whenever it is, it's the best holiday of the year. The halftime shows. Prince from Miami in 2007, Shania 2003 in San Diego, J-Lo, Shakira, Rihanna, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Madonna, Black Eyed Peas. I could go on and on and on. Tom Petty, Lady Gaga, Maroon 5, and Janet Jackson and Beyonce. How can we forget these wonderful shows? And the commercials. The Budweiser Clydesdales. Yes, I know you remember them. But before that was the Budweiser Frogs, and there was the Budweiser Wazza, which is always a fun thing to say when you see someone. There was the E-Trade Babies, the Mean Joe Green, Hey Kid, and he threw him a jersey. What a wonderful commercial. Eli Manning, OBJ, advertising in the NFL promo play in the time of your life and doing the whole dirty dancing scene and dance. Best commercial ever. The party's in the game. That's why
Well, there we go. Before I say my number 1, Baby Jesus would like to have a word with you.
Yes.
My number 1 is Christmas, so Baby Jesus doesn't want a word with me. Christmas is my favorite holiday. Halloween's really, really close, but I have always enjoyed Christmas, the decorating, the movies, everything about it. And I enjoyed the family time, and we continue to do the wonderful things we do with our family. And so it's a strong number 1, but Halloween, so close. And Baby Jesus loves me more.
Well, thank you, Stephen. What a great feature. Now that we're in the holiday spirit, we'll be back with a preview of Week 11 as we wrap up this session of Two Guys Talking NFL. We'll be back.
Welcome back to the last segment of Two Guys Talking the NFL. Before we move on, let's send a special thank you out to our sponsor, the Mars Cheese Castle, Newberry College, and the Langford Center. And I would like to personally thank Pat for having me back for Two Guys Talking the NFL.
Glad to have you.
All right. Now, for our last segment, we're going to do a little preview of some Week 11 games.
And some predictions.
Predictions.
Yeah, we won't predict all of these, but the Jets play at the Patriots on Thursday Night Football. That one we don't even need to predict. We know who's going to win that game. And the Patriots will be 9-2. Can you?
And also, it'll be a really terrible game, and Justin Fields will throw for 13 yards.
There you go. The LA Chargers at Jacksonville. Important game for Jacksonville if they want to stay in this. They had that game in Houston, won last week, and then they just lost it. So who do you think is going to win this game? The Chargers at Jacksonville.
Well, since the Jags seem to be falling apart, I'm going to predict the upset. The Jags upset the Chargers at home.
Well, you may be right, but I'm going with the Chargers on the road to continue their winning ways. They've won 4 in a row. Good for them. All right, Baltimore plays at Cleveland, Washington at Miami in Madrid. This is the last of the European games.
Thank goodness. Most of those games are terrible.
Yeah, but it's fun.
They have jet lag. They're
It's fun to watch
tired.
football at 9:30 in the morning.
I mean, that's good, but
Yeah.
just not good to watch.
There you go. Okay, here's one to pick. Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Tampa Bay lost this week at home to New England. Now they have to go up to the Northeast, and it's winter weather up in the north right now. Well, I guess you would know. You're in Wisconsin. But even in New York State, yes, Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Let me pick this one first since you went first last time.
Yeah.
I love Baker Mayfield. I cannot believe that Josh Allen's going to have 2 lousy games in a row and Buffalo's going to lose 2 games in a row. Josh Allen was okay, but I'm picking Buffalo.
I too am going to pick Buffalo because it seems like there's just Tampa Bay has too many injuries. But also, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Buffalo, the Bills are just setting up to get beat in the second round again.
No, they're going to the Super Bowl this year. They're Pat's pick for the Super Bowl.
Very
There's
sad.
Buffalo, LA Rams. It could well be.
It could
All
well
right.
be.
Yes, Green Bay.
Except the Pats are going to go.
Yes. How about this game? AFC West matchup. Kansas City's won the division 9 years in a row. They're 2.5 games back at Denver, and they go to Mile High to play the Denver Broncos this year. Your first, Kansas City at Denver. Who you taking?
I think this is when Denver finally gets exposed as what they truly are. Even though I'm tired of the Chiefs, I still feel like they're going to destroy Denver.
I think this is the time where, yes, and they still won't be in first after this, but it'll only be a game and a half out, and it's going to allow the Chargers, after they beat Jacksonville, to be tied with Denver for first, but they win on the tiebreaker because they're one of the teams that have beaten Denver this year. All right, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh, don't even need to talk about it. Here's a game to pick. The NFC Central Division will have Chicago at Minnesota. The Bears are doing well. They're 6-3. That's for you, Lyle Brown. They're 6-3 in their 7th seed in the playoffs right now, if they were to begin today. So they're going to Minnesota. Who do you have in this one? Or I guess I'm first this time, aren't I?
You are.
I'm picking Minnesota in the upset.
Is that an upset?
Yes, because the Bears will be favored in this game. Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Minnesota. I really want Chicago to win because Chicago's more fun. I mean, number 9, calling himself number 9 is entertaining.
That's a good thing.
It's going to be a close game, probably an ugly game as well. But I see Minnesota winning in the end.
There you go. Seattle at the LA Rams, the NFC West battle for supremacy. Both these teams are on their way to the playoffs. Both of them have only lost 2 games all year. Great game. Wow. All right. I know you're in love with Coach McVay. You have a man crush on him. That's okay. I do too, probably. I don't know anybody that doesn't. But
if you said you didn't, you would be in denial.
So who are you picking? You're first this time.
I think this is where Sam Darnold's and the Rams destroy Seattle. Although the defense will actually keep it close. So let's not say destroy because their defense is amazing.
I think it's going to be the opposite. I think that LA Rams are going to figure out Seattle's defense and score some points, and the Seahawks are going to keep with them. I think it's a close game coming down to the last, but I'm picking the Rams. Last game to pick. Sunday night football. Big game. Detroit at Philadelphia. Could have playoff seeding complications or consequences here. Detroit at Philly. If they both win their division, this could be a tiebreaker. Who do you think is going to win this one? Well, I guess I have to be first, don't I? Yep. Detroit at Philly. I tell you what, Dan Campbell did some wild things, but you know what? Philly is the defending Super Bowl champs. Lawrence Ryan, this one's for you. And Dave McAdoo. I got to see Dave McAdoo at homecoming. It was great. I'm picking Philly. Who are you picking?
100% Detroit.
All right.
As long as the dude's calling the plays, we're finally going to end this Eagles curse because, wow.
That's good. That's good. So this has been Two Guys Talking NFL for this Veterans Day week. We respect and pay our respects to all our veterans this week. And our link drops Wednesday at 1 p.m. Of course, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook. You can look for us on YouTube as well and Flow Sports. And thanks also to Marshall Maddie, our director of the show, and for helping us do this one on Zoom. Steven, thank you. It's a pleasure being with you again.
Thanks for having me back, man. Maybe we'll have to do it again sometime.
All right. See ya. Enjoy football.